Hello, Assalamu alaikum explorers. Welcome to another NTV's Explore the Library. Explorers, it's always good to see you every week and I'm so glad you're all back because we've got another great story to do today and another great topic for us to do. One of my favourite topics, but one of these girls might give it away later on. So do stay tuned with that. But I've got my fellow co-host with me, Tasbi's here with me. And Tasbi, you've brought your friend again, Sophie, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes. Guys, do you want to do the usual and do your hello to your friends?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
And I hope you've heard that and you said, wa alaikum salam. Well, it's good to have you and it's good to have you guys. Tasbi, how you been? Are you well?
Yes.
And Sophie, how have you been? Have you been well?
Yes.
Good. Well, we've got such little time, but so much to talk about, haven't we? And I know you want to talk about another little friend you've got with you. And Sophie, you want to tell us about what you've been doing in school. But before we do that, we're going to do our usual. We want to go straight into a story. And how better not to choose a story about someone very lonely called Mr. Big. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Explorers at home, I hope you're ready for this. Let's get underway. The story of Mr. Big. He was so big that anywhere he went, all everyone saw was someone big and scary. No one stuck around to find out who really was. So, inside, Mr. Big actually felt very small. And that's how it always was. When Mr. Big went to the cafe, everyone had other things to do. When Mr. Big got on the bus, everybody else got off the bus. And when he went to the swimming pool, well, let's just say everyone needed to be somewhere else. No one ever saw the real Mr. Big. One day, Mr. Big noticed a piano in a shop. It looked all alone, just like him. So he bought it. And he took it home. As Mr. Big sat alone at the piano, he thought of all the things that made him sad, and he began to play. His music drifted out through the open window and into the evening sky. It drifted across the rooftops over to his neighbours, and they wondered who was playing such beautiful music. The word had spread, and night after night, everyone came from all over the town, and still no one knew who was playing this beautiful music. It was a big mystery. But inside, Mr. Big was still alone. And then one morning, Mr. Big received his first ever letter. And it was an invitation. And the letter read, Dear Mystery Pianist, thank you for your beautiful music. Everyone's been listening to you for weeks and we're all wondering one thing. Who are you? We'd love to meet you. Me and a couple of the guys are playing tonight at the Blue Note. Please come and join our band. See you later. A friend. That night, Mr. Big joined the band and all night long the joint was jumping and nobody wanted to leave. At last, everyone could see the real Mr. Big. Now that Mr. Big has hit the big time and everyone wants to meet them, Mr. Big has a new problem. He doesn't get much time to be alone. And that's just the way he likes it. The end. So that's the story of Mr. Big and how he went big time from being someone lonely to someone that doesn't get any more time alone. Did you enjoy that story, Tasbi?
Yes.
Sophie, did you like that story?
Yes.
Okay, well, explorers, I hope you liked the story too, and maybe you can think of maybe a time when you felt like that. when you were all alone and maybe nobody was noticing you? Or maybe you've got a friend at school that always seems to be alone and not talking much. But maybe they've got a secret talent. Maybe they're good at something which nobody really knows. Taspi, I'm going to ask you, have you ever felt like that where maybe not everybody's not everybody is giving you time, and maybe it's something you're good at? Have you felt like that?
Not really much.
No. Have you ever noticed any friends in school like that? Maybe one friend?
Yes.
And maybe it would be a good idea to go and talk to them because they might be good at something, isn't it? Yeah, just like we learned about Mr. Big. Is there something that you're really good at, Taspi? You're good at a lot of things, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you play music?
I think I can.
Yeah? Oh, that's good. How about you, Sophie?
I don't have it. I never felt like so. I haven't seen any friends that are like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, is there things that maybe one of your friends are really good at?
I haven't really asked them
Yeah.
yet.
Is there something that maybe you're really good at that others aren't? Maybe a sport?
Football.
Football. Oh, wow, you're good at football. And do you have other girls in your class that are good at football? Or know a lot about football?
Yeah, only 2.
Ah, so you can share your ideas and make the other 2 come with you and talk about your idea and make it big, isn't it? Yeah, and it's always good to include everyone together, isn't it? Because what happened to Mr. Big? Was everyone including him?
No.
No. Were they leaving him out?
Yes.
Oh. And how would you feel if you were like that? Would you feel sad?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's always good to include everyone, isn't it? Yeah. Explorers, maybe you've been in that position as well, where somebody at school has felt as though they might have been left out. Why not go and talk to them? Go and see what they're good at. Maybe they want to talk about something, or maybe they've got a hidden skill that you can find out and help them make bigger, just like Mr. Big did. Because if you really think about it, I'm sure, Explorers, you don't want to be lonely, you don't want to be left out, just like Mr. Big. So everybody, we can always include everyone and do things together. When you do things together, Taspi and Sophie, I want to test you guys. When you do things together, what's it called? There's loads of names for it. Let me see how many names you can come up
Care.
with. Nope. I'm talking about when you do things together. You are a
Team.
very good, both of you. Yes. So it's always nice to build a team, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm going to test you guys. Explorers at home, join in if you can. I'm going to test these 2. I'm going to say, I want you to name a team sport. And you have to tell me one each, okay? Sophie, I'll start with you. Name me a team sport.
Manchester United.
Oh, well, you've named a club. Okay. Manchester United is a team. Taspi, can you name a team sport? Can you think of sports?
I mean, France.
Okay. So you're talking about football. Can you think of another sport that has teams in it? Cricket?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a team sport, isn't it? I want to ask you guys something. When you play a team sport, if you want to win, does the team have to play together or do they play separately?
Play together.
What do you think, Taspi?
Yes.
Yeah, they got to play together. If they played separately, do you think they'd win?
No.
No. So it's always good to keep everyone together, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's what happened at the end of the story. The band, the local band, heard Mr. Big's music and they wrote a letter to him. And when they wrote the letter to him, they asked him to come and join their team. And together, they were a really big team that did really well. And they had a great time playing their music to everyone. So you guys think about that. When you're in your school or in your classes, or even if you're going to your evening school, your Saturday school, your maktabs, right? Do things together, learn together, play together. And I'm sure that will help you. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you like doing things in teams or do you like doing things by yourself? Taspi, you go first.
Teams.
You like a team, don't you? How about you, Sophie?
Teams.
Explorers, I hope you like teams because that's the way to keep everyone together and enjoying themselves. We're going to go for a break. When we come back, we're going to stay on the theme of teams because we're going to talk about Sophie's favourite sport, which is football. So, today's topic is football. We'll go for a break. When we come back, let's talk all football. And I have some fun and interesting facts for you guys. See you in a bit. Assalamu alaikum.